as if I still were only a child. But I came back for what they hide, for all the names the rings denied, for every root they pressed below, for every truth they would not know. Let them praise the law they keep, let them bury what runs deep. I did not cross the silent glen to where their careful sleep again. My father stood where elders stand, with winter calm in voice and hand, and wrapped the old defeat in grace like sacred cloth on stone and place. He spoke of war, of shattered years, of hoarded blood and disciplined fears, of what must never cross the line if any house would still survive. He named restraint our finest shield, the only reason none would yield, and all he guarded in that tone was not a throne, but all our home. I knew that he was not untrue. He feared the dark he once was shown, and every law he handed down was built to keep that ruin bound. So I laid bare the world beyond, the wasting fields, the blighted loam, the wounds that never learned to close, the grief still breathing under stone. I named the scars no bow could hide, the poisoned earth, the altered tide, and said that eyes which never roam may praise a peace already gone. If all they guard is bark and name, while ruin feeds beneath the grain, then what they call a sacred wall may be no sheltering truth at all. And as those buried visions passed, a small heart tremor crossed his jaw at last, a fleeting break in sculpted stone, as if my words had touched his own. He did not speak with hollow pride, but like a man who watched worlds die, who learned that what is left must hold, or else the living split and fold. He carried centuries in his breath, the patient grammar born uncertain, not as it goes. Their rights could smother, but as the blood beneath another. So Vaelwyn may close behind, with all its roots around its mind. It gave me nothing clear to see, yet left one living fault in me.